Welcome to the Solo Edit Podcast, a podcast for estheticians looking for a weekly dose of motivation, inspiration, and honest conversations about life in and out of the treatment room. Hi, friends. Welcome back to the podcast. Today, I'm going to do something a little bit different, a travel recap of my recent trip to Korea and Japan. I've been really excited to share this with you, not just because of the amazing food or the skincare and connections, but because for me, travel has always left me feeling inspired in work and in my life. We started our trip in Seoul, and by we, I mean my husband and my son. It was so wonderful to be able to bring them to a place that I love and have them experience all of the things that I've been able to experience in Korea. We are definitely a family of foodies. My husband is a baker. He owns his own bakery. And so we definitely went to a lot of those. We went to, in Seoul, a place called Artist Bakery and also one called The Onion in Anguk, which was amazing and definitely recommend if you like sweets or just pastries in general. They are next level. And both of them, the branding was perfect. Their inside was cute, it was clean, and it felt like an experience. That's what I love so much about these little places in Korea and Japan, is that you're never just like buying a croissant. It's an experience. Everything just feels right and warm and exciting and unknown. And I love that so much. And so we did go to a lot of bakeries. So if you're a foodie and into that kind of stuff, definitely check some of those places out before you go. We also just walked a lot. And by a lot, I mean a lot. Luckily, our son has been traveling with us since he was a baby. And so he's used to it. I am not somebody that goes on vacation and just chills. Like, I want to see things. I want to see how people live. I want to try the food. I want to experience the culture. And so we just walked neighborhoods, popped into little stores, popped into all of the perfectly styled cafes. We did some sightseeing. That aside, like just the walking and being able to experience life in Korea, one of the highlights was being able to meet with the manufacturers that we work with. So we met with the president of Quarate and their entire team. It was so amazing to be able to connect in person, hear about their upcoming launches, including their gel toner pads, which are insane, and we will be launching in a couple of weeks. We also got to meet with the owner of KRX and their sales team. I've met them once before in Hong Kong, but we were able to do dinner and really, have this like personal conversation, a sit down over dinner. It was just really great. And we also got to meet, I got to meet a lot of their distributors from around the world, and being able to sit across from other women who are business owners and building something similar but in a different country, that was so amazing. And it's not any sort of connection that you can, replicate over email or WhatsApp. Like, to actually sit with them and meet them was just so meaningful, and I feel like I made some friends that I will likely have forever. We also got to tour the factory where their products are made, and that was so unforgettable to be able to see where their products are made and watching their ideas come to life. It just makes you or me really appreciate the process on like a whole other level. And then, of course, we also met with Dermathod, who is just so wonderful. It's actually a husband and wife team, and we talked about the future and where Dermathod's going, and also about their product launches for the year. And we are launching soon their Soba Cream, which honestly completely has blown me away. It's silky and light and absorbs, but like somehow still feels like it leaves a protective layer on the skin. I know that this is going to be a hit and cannot wait to share more about it. Again, it should launch in a couple of weeks. After our time in Seoul, we headed to Gyeongju, which is south. And this place is incredibly close to my heart because it's where I used to live a long time ago. And just walking those neighborhoods was surreal because so much has changed, but also so much hasn't. And it's different looking at it through the eyes of a 42-year-old from when I was like in my early 30s. And I swear there were like areas that I had never seen before. And I'm like, how did I miss this when I was here? It was very strange. If you ever go to Korea, you have to visit Gyeongju. It feels like you're stepping back in time. And the surrounding villages are just stunning. And there's just this peaceful energy that you don't get in the city. I actually had several people reach out via Instagram when I was posting stories and just saying like, is this somewhere I can go if I don't speak Korean, or I've never left the country? Do you think that I could do Korea? And absolutely, you definitely can. Most people there speak English. You will figure everything out. People are very kind. We did the trains and the subway, and yeah, you're fine. I don't read Korean. I don't speak Korean, and we made out just fine. But anyways, being able to share this place with my family was maybe just my favorite part of the trip because they got to see a piece of my heart where Kin really originated from. And they got to experience a version of me that grew and changed in this part of the world. The food, of course, was incredible. We ate so much food, Korean barbecue. I had jellyfish for the first time. I had raw beef for the first time. We had shark. I mean, we tried all of the things. And so if you are a foodie, you will definitely fall in love with the food in Korea. Okay, I know many of you are just here probably to listen to the spa experiences. Unfortunately, I had an upper left surgery just before our trip, so I wasn't able to partake in any facial treatments. But I do have a blog post that we will link in the show notes, sharing some of the places I've been before that are my favorites. But even though I wasn't able to get treatments, I did do a lot of skincare shopping. Oh my goodness, there are skincare stores everywhere. One of the most popular skincare stores is called Olive Young. They have a lot of different brands. I also went to Tier. I went to Innisfree. I went to, I don't even know. I went to them all. I bought so much stuff that I had to ship a box home. And half of it, to be honest with you, I didn't even know what it was. And I'm still working through my mystery haul now. But definitely finding a lot of skincare products that I just have fallen in love with. From Korea, we hopped over to Japan. I've been to Japan once before, twice before. So this was actually my third time. But I was never there for an extended period of time. So this was the first time we were there for like over a week. And we started the first half in Tokyo, and we stayed at this gorgeous little wabi-sabi style hotel called K5. Highly recommend if you are in Tokyo to stay there. It's like so cute and in the perfect location, a little bit off the beaten path, but right near a subway station. And we just loved, again, walking the streets, seeing how people live, taking in all of the temples. It's really just a beautiful city. Then, as tourists do, we headed over to Kyoto, and we kind of just wandered around the neighborhoods. They were really charming, loved all of the old style buildings. But to be honest with you, it was so hot, like we were melting into the sidewalk. So it made it a little bit harder to enjoy and also linger outside. I think the last day we actually just spent the day in the mall, which is kind of embarrassing to admit, but it was just miserably hot. But you know what? The shopping scene in Japan is even better. I wouldn't say skincare, but the shopping scene in general is just better in Japan. So we had a lot of fun and definitely had to ship another box back home. So I think for me, this trip and being able to, spend time with my family, but also pair it with work, it was just what I needed. I am always so inspired when I go on vacation or go to new countries, and being able to be in the mecca of the skincare world was just very, very inspiring. And I definitely came back with like a whole new attitude and ready to work. And in general, one thing about me is that travel is just like, besides skincare, is one of my favorite things in the world. I feel like it shapes us and it challenges the way that we see everything from life to business, our concept of beauty. There's a quote I love, I'll share it in the show notes, that basically says that travel changes your perspective because it forces you into the unknown. And for me, it's just a constant reminder that I'm small, I'm insignificant, but in the best way. And that my ideas, my preferences, and the way that I see the world, they're just mine, shaped by my culture and experiences. And it's just all a construct. And the more I step outside of it, the more I learn. And that means everything to me. I love throwing myself into unfamiliar situations and just trusting that I will figure it out. I truly think that is so, so good for the soul. So that's my little travel diary from Korea and Japan. Again, I do have a whole blog on what we did and where we went, which I will link in the show notes. I hope that this episode inspires you to plan an adventure of your own. If you ever have any questions about Korea travel, I am just an email or a DM away, and would love to hear about your experiences if you've traveled to either of these places. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. As always, I am just so grateful that you're here. And if this episode resonated with you or you feel like sharing it with another esthetician, I would be so grateful. Make sure to listen, download, all of those things, and I will see you next week.